Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Yolanda PA. I'm coming to you today with some parent advocacy tips. So, if you are a parent of a child who is experiencing behavior challenges in the classroom, this presentation is for you. I want to also add to that and let you know, as a reminder, that this Saturday we're going to be presenting our school to prison pipeline controversial conversations about education with myself. So please join in. It's going to be live on our Facebook page. So I thought that it would be appropriate to actually provide some tips to parents with students who are experiencing behavior challenges in the classroom. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so parent advocacy tips. Once again, if you are a parent with a child who's experiencing behavior challenges in the classroom, this presentation is for you today. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, let's start with a few red flags. That means things that you need to be concerned about if it comes up that needs your attention. All right, now I want you to know that as a parent, you have the right to advocate for your child's education. Okay, so don't be afraid to do that. Speak up for your child and what they deserve. That's your right as a parent. So let's go ahead and dive in. The first red flag that I want to talk about is repeated suspension. So if you have a child that's constantly being suspended over and over again, perhaps for the same offense or behavior issue in the classroom, that's definitely a red flag. Now, here's why. Okay. It's a red flag because it will look as if they're not offering you any other alternatives. All right. The other thing is, if they're not doing anything else to deal with the situation, that means that there may be other plans in the work that you are not privileged to be a part of. And that's definitely an issue. The other thing is, if they're constantly suspending him, it's just it's just a band-aid approach, and it's not going to extinguish the behavior. It's still going to happen. All right. So what you want to do is you want to inquire about what actually is leading up to that event. Like, what happened to make that situation happen, or what happened before that situation happened, so that you can figure out what can be done to actually prevent it from happening. The other thing is you want to ask about what supports have been utilized already. So, like, what have they done on their end to try to support your child so that they don't get to that point? Okay. The other thing that I want to talk about is no communication. So if you don't hear from your child's teacher at all until there's a behavior issue and they're constantly calling you because there's just a behavior issue, that's definitely a red flag. Okay, here's why. You have the right to know what is actually happening with your child in the classroom, good or bad. That's number one. But the other thing is, if they're constantly calling you, that means that they probably don't know what it is that they need to do in the classroom to prevent that behavior from happening. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to be proactive. Make it a priority to check in with your child's teacher, especially if they're having or experiencing behavior challenges in the classroom. Okay. Sometimes they have apps like Classroom Dojo or something like that that you can use to communicate on a daily basis that won't interfere with instruction. Okay. You want other alternatives besides simply just calling up to the school, because more than likely they're not going to transfer you to the teacher because they're teaching. But you want to find a way to communicate, other means to communicate. You have Classroom Dojo, you have email, other apps that can be utilized just to make sure that you're one step ahead of the game. And then that also lets the teacher know that you know that it's a problem and you're willing to work together to figure out some solutions that work. The other red flag is meetings without solutions. So if you're constantly being called for meetings about the behavioral challenges that your child is experiencing in the classroom, and they're not offering you any solutions during that meeting, then it's pointless. Okay. The point of a meeting is to actually say, okay, this is an issue. This is what's been tried. What else can be done? Or this is the direction that we're going in. Okay. You want to be able to offer to work with the school to create a behavior plan for your child. Now, this is important because if you're going to offer to work with the school, you have to make sure that you also hold yourself accountable for what you need to do at home that's going to support your child in the classroom. Okay. Your child needs to see that you and the school and that child's teacher are on the same page in order for this to work. All right. So that was just a few things to look out for. Now, I want to take just a few minutes to talk about one of the services that we offer, and we offer parent advocacy services. So if you have no idea what I just talked about and you have no idea how to navigate your own way through that process, we're here to help. Okay. We offer a parent advocacy package, and what we do is we help navigate your way and your child's way through the challenges that they're experiencing in the classroom, because number one, we want to keep them in the classroom. Anytime that they're being suspended or removed from the classroom, they're losing instructional time, and that's definitely an issue. We want to keep them in the classroom as much as possible. So what we do is we work with you to create a plan. All right. How do we do that? We talk with you. We talk with your child. We interview your child. We use data to figure out what kind of supports that your child needs, and then we actually create the plan for you. Now, the plan will have things in there for you to do, for your child's teacher to do, for your child to do, because we want everybody to come together to make sure that your child receives all of the supports that they need. The other thing is we attend those behavior meetings with you. So we'll plan together before we get there so we can make sure that we have our goals aligned and we know the approach that we want to take, and we have solutions before we get there that we can offer with the school so that we can work together. The goal here is to work in partnership with the school so that your child can stay in the classroom, okay, and learn. All right. And reduce those behavior challenges, or actually get rid of those behavior challenges that they're experiencing in the classroom. All right. And then we also offer coaching. We offer one-to-one parent meetings. We offer coaching with your child. And then we also offer collaborative coaching with you and your child together, because it's important that all of us are on the same page. So I'm hoping that this information was useful to you. You can definitely schedule a free 30-minute consultation if you want further details about it. And please, please, please join us this Saturday for our School to Prison Pipeline presentation. And please share this if you feel like someone else can definitely benefit from the information that I shared with you today. Thanks for joining me.